Hey, Eric Peacock here with our nutrition tip on Thursday, and we're going to talk about something that we see a lot of in our Lakeville personal training business here is insane nutrition versus sane nutrition. As we approach the first of the year, a lot of people want to kind of venture over to the insane side, doing crazy things to hopefully undo months of bad eating habits or the holiday season and trying to undo it with crazy stuff that's a quick fix. So we want to get back to sanity and talk about sane nutrition today. So sane nutrition, we have to go with the fundamentals of good nutrition habits first before going to the crazy stuff like intermittent fasting, low carb cycling, counting every gram, that kind of stuff. We go right to the hard stuff first, and we haven't even mastered the basics. It's kind of like if I'm a skier and I go out to Colorado or out west in the mountains and I decide, you know, I've never skied down a mountain before, so instead of going to the bunny hill, I'm going right to the mogul hill, right to the double black diamond. That's how a lot of people treat their nutrition. So we have to start out with things like drinking a lot of water, eating good quality carbohydrates and proteins together in a good combination, eating enough fiber, not skipping meals, getting rid of sugar. All these basic things go a long way before we have to really look at things like intermittent fasting or low carb cycling. A lot of people just aren't ready for that. It's too extreme, and that's why they can't sustain it. Number two, we can only change really one habit at a time to really see success. Research has shown that anything more than one habit, if we try to change more than one habit at a time, 100% failure rate. We only have so much mental capacity to make change, and we overwhelm ourselves trying to change 4 or 5 habits at once, and no wonder we fail. So we got to pick that one habit and go after that until we're there 3 or 4 weeks of good consistent consistency with that habit before we actually look at bringing in another habit. It might be skipping breakfast is a bad habit we want to change to a good habit, or maybe it's not eating sugar during the day, or maybe it's not eating right before bed, eating a big bowl of ice cream, whatever it is. We got to really nail down to one habit at a time, kind of like eating an elephant one bite at a time, no pun intended. So number 3, you have to give yourself some grace. Too often people have an all or none mentality, whereas if I blow my eating plan on one day, I say, F it, I'm just going to eat, screw it, I can't do this, and then pretty soon I get disgusted with myself and I start the whole process over again. That is insanity. Realize that fitness, nutrition, all this stuff, any goal in life, you're going to have 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Meaning you're going to have some off days, and you have to realize it's about progress, not perfection. All right? Everybody who's gone after any goal, there's been bad workouts, there's been bad practices. I remember back when I was playing football, not every practice was stellar, not every game was stellar. There's just days you're going to be off, and you have to accept that as part of the journey. We just want to make sure we have a lot more good days than bad ones. So those are 3 things I want you to think about as you go into the new year without doing something crazy, knee-jerk, which really deep down does not work. But we do it anyway because we're an insane culture. We want quick results. We want them yesterday. We don't want to put in the work. It's about the journey and the process. So that's my nutrition tip for today. Look for more next week. Also look for more information on our special goal setting workshop coming up. Eric Peacock, Pure Fitness. We'll see you next week.